Is it time for the Steelers to replace Ben Roethlisberger?
When I see Big Ben, I think about me. And I think about all the things I used to say. I said, boy, I love football so much, man. They're going to have to carry me off the field.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out here on crutches trying to still run that route, run that fire route. I'm on crutches trying to run that fire route. I said, they'll have to carry me off the field. Ultimately, they did. They carried me off the field. But if they didn't, I would be like Ben. I would be out there playing ball when I know I'm not the same. And I'm going to tell y'all something. There's nothing worse than being in that game unsure, trying to muster up the same things that you used to have inside of you, like Big Ben standing in the pocket with people at his feet and still letting that ball go. We remember all them great days and all the great things Big Ben did, and we said, boy, Big Ben, he's so strong. He stands in there, people around, and he still gets. But now those throws are interceptions because he thinks he can still do it, but your body can't do it. Pittsburgh is about championships. That's what they're about. They've always been about it. Mike Tomlin, they're about championships. And if they really want to get to another championship, this team is presently constructed. Ben Roethlisberger cannot be the quarterback. He cannot be the quarterback. He doesn't have a run game. He doesn't have.
So you're saying he can't be the quarterback anymore in 2021 or going forward after this year?
Well,
That's two different things.
I'm not saying they don't have, because they don't have a better option than Ben right now. If that's, but what I'm telling you right now is, as Ben is right now with that team right now, they're going nowhere.
Let me say this to you. I'm worried about my Pittsburgh Steelers. I ain't gonna front. I'm very, very worried about them. But it's not because of Ben. It's because of their offensive line.
Yes.
Their inability to run block. The fact that they have the second worst rushing attack in football yet again. Last 3 years, they've been second worst or worse. Najee Harris, we know can ball. We've seen him. He ain't the problem.
They had 39 yards rushing yesterday. He had 38.
Yeah, I understand that. But his blocking, he ain't getting much of it. And so as a result, you look at Ben. I've seen throws he's made to Chase Claypool. I've seen throws he's made to Deontay Johnson, not just against Buffalo, but yesterday. And I'm saying with those weapons, if you give him some protection, he will still have it. Now, it's deceiving because stay with me, Michael. He was only sacked 13 times last year. All right? He's only been sacked 4 times in the first 2 games. Not only 4, but it's 4 times in the first 2 games. I think if you look at Ben and you protect that man and he knows he's confident he's going to be protected and that you give him some run blocking so y'all can run the football and mix things up, I think you'd see loads of confidence. The problem is they're a bit transparent and predictable because they know he has to throw the football because they know they can't run the football because they can't block with the run. And as a result, that puts him in a precarious position. And that's really the problem with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have no choice because you can't go to their backup. Don't get me started with that dude, Mason Rudolph. Don't even get me started with him. But the issue is that they're one-dimensional offensively, and that's what Ben Roethlisberger can't be.
But when you look at Ben, other than the first half against Buffalo, he's actually thrown the football well, right? You look down the stretch against Buffalo, he hits Deontay Johnson for the touchdown. You have the back shoulder to Juju Smith-Schuster and a dime to Chase Claypool. Yesterday, you get Deontay Johnson down the sideline, Chase Claypool down the same sideline. Like, he can still make throws and make plays. Big Ben is not the issue with this team right now. Are there better quarterbacks in the league? Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
But they ain't a better one in Pittsburgh.
Right.
But if you
who
can't,
can they get outside Cam Newton right now?
Like, if you can't run the football and if you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to generate offense anyway.
And no, Cam Newton is not the answer in Pittsburgh.
And we're saying Ben, you're saying Ben is not the issue because of all these other issues that they have. Now we have sit here and lamented quarterbacks for covering those issues, having the ability to cover those issues.
Right. Okay.
Tom Brady has a bad offensive line, but he gets rid of the ball. He sees it. He delivers it. He wears down the defensive line.
But they've always been able to run the football, Mike. They've always been able to run the football.
Well, I'm saying this. As long as you don't have a run game, you can't have Ben on the field. See, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to, you guys can put it on the offensive line. You can let. I'm saying if you don't have a run game, then you can't expect Ben to go out and say, "I'm going to lead them and carry them to a championship or certainly to a whole bunch of."
Well, I think if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got to have a running quarterback.
Here's the other thing. Let me tell you, I am glad you mentioned Tom Brady. Because the best thing and the smartest thing, the greatest thing he ever did in his career was leave New England.
Absolutely.
Because he understood. Let's go back to Tom Brady 2 years ago.
That's right.
He understood they didn't have no help for him, and he couldn't make them better. But you know who
I felt like being.
You know who I can make better though? Who can help me? Mike Evans can help, right? Godwin can help. Oh, Gronk, come off of retirement.
Antonio
AB,
Brown.
come see me. And now he has all of these players.
Hold on. There's a difference, though. New England didn't have any wide-out weapons, all right? No tight end weapons.
Ben
Gronk
got
got
some
retired.
weapons.
Right. So he goes to Tampa Bay, okay? And not only that, first draft before he arrived, they buffered the offensive line with Wilf as well.
Yeah.
So we got all of that, right? In Pittsburgh, it's different because you don't have run blocking. And therefore, you don't have a running game, which makes Big Ben Roethlisberger one-dimensional.
Stephen A., you don't have no blocking. They ain't got pass blocking. They ain't got run blocking.
Don't make me feel like my lady sometimes right here, man. 'Cause, you know, this is when I have to say to her, we're saying the same thing. We're saying the same thing.
We're just not understanding.
We're just not listening and waiting to speak.
Or she's just right. If
You
you're
will
wrong.
hear that we are saying the same thing.
Got you.
Big Ben, y'all saying it too. Big Ben can't do it as presently constructed.
All right.
Y'all agreeing with me. I know it's hard for you to agree with me, but you really are agreeing with me. Honey, we're saying the same thing. That's all I'm
I will say this. All right, you guys are stuck on the relationship metaphor, so I just want to say real quick, we do have to give props to Derek Carr again. I mean,
Yes.
he
Molly, you were on the show Friday.
Yes.
There was a question asked, Molly.
Yeah.
Who do you trust more, Derek Carr or Big Ben?
What did you say?
And I said Derek Carr.
What did he say?
He said Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay,
And
well,
he
now you got the data, week 2.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.